In 1963, Hollywood crafted a unique blend of classic Western elements and William Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew, resulting in the uproarious comedy McLintock. This film starred the legendary John Wayne alongside Maureen O'Hara and was directed by Andrew V. McLaglen. It featured an ensemble cast that included John Wayne's son, Patrick Wayne, Stephanie Powers, and Yvonne De Carlo. The movie was also notably produced by John Wayne's own production company, Batjack Productions. At first glance, McLintock might appear to be a simple, light-hearted Western comedy, but beneath the surface, it was a vehicle for John Wayne to express his staunch conservative views. The film is peppered with subtle, and not so subtle, digs at liberal figures in Hollywood and American politics, showing Wayne's disdain for left-leaning ideologies. One of the more overt examples of this is the character of the feeble governor in the movie, named Cuthbert H. Humphrey. This name is a thinly veiled jab at Hubert H. Humphrey, the liberal senator from Minnesota, whom Wayne had a profound dislike for. Wayne's political leanings were so strong that he was reportedly quite upset when promotional activities for the film were delayed following the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Wayne, a fervent critic of the Kennedy administration, especially blamed the Kennedys for the failure of the Bay of Pigs invasion and for conceding to the Soviet Union during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Despite these controversies, McLintock was a tremendous success, and it played a significant role in helping John Wayne recoup the financial losses he had incurred with his earlier production, The Alamo, 1960. Wayne was known for involving his children in his film projects, which often served as a stepping stone for their careers. In McLintock, his son Patrick Wayne played the character Dev, and his eldest son, Michael Wayne, served as the film's sole producer. While Michael had experience working on other films, McLintock was the first movie he produced entirely on his own. One interesting anecdote from the set involves John Wayne's desire to perform one of his own stunts. The stunt required him to jump from a hayloft into a pile of hay below. Although the studio was hesitant to let Wayne perform such a risky stunt, given his star power, Wayne insisted, and eventually won the argument. He performed the stunt himself, although the studio also shot a second take with a stuntman, just in case something went wrong. In the realm of movie magic, sometimes what you see on screen isn't what it appears to be. For instance, in the iconic mud fight scene in McLintock, the mud wasn't actually mud at all. Instead, the filmmakers used bentonite, a substance commonly used in drilling that resembles chocolate syrup in appearance and consistency. Bentonite was used because it provided a more manageable consistency for the actors and worked well on camera as a stand-in for real mud, which would have been much thicker and harder to work with. One of John Wayne's most famous lines, often quoted as, "Whoa, take it easy there, Pilgrim," actually appeared in only 2 of his films. The first was The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, 1962, where Wayne's character used the term Pilgrim 23 times. The second and final film where he used this term was McLintock, but in this movie, he only says it once. Another memorable moment from McLintock involved a scene requiring a large number of longhorn steers, around 500 of them. However, finding such a large number of steers proved to be a challenge, so the filmmakers turned to an unlikely source, the Mexican government. They graciously loaned the production the necessary steers, allowing the scene to be shot as planned. Interestingly, there is a subtle difference between Mexican and American longhorns. Mexican longhorns have horns that point upward at the tip, while American longhorns' horns tend to curve downward. Maureen O'Hara, much like John Wayne, was keen on performing her own stunts. In McLintock, she wanted to jump through a plate glass window herself. However, the studio deemed the stunt too dangerous, not only for O'Hara, but for any stuntwoman. As a result, the stunt was performed by Dean Smith, a stuntman, who donned a wig in O'Hara's costume to resemble her character. There is an interesting discrepancy in the recollections of Stephanie Powers, who played Becky McLintock, and the film's director, Andrew V. McLaglen, about John Ford's involvement in the movie. Powers claimed that Ford, a close friend of John Wayne, came to the set and directed the film for a week. However, McLaglen denied this ever happened. The truth likely lies somewhere in between. Ford may have visited the set and offered some advice, given his close relationship with Wayne, but it's unlikely he took over directing duties. McLintock also faced an unusual issue regarding its copyright. The original copyright holder failed to renew the copyright, leading the film to fall into the public domain. As a result, anyone could legally reproduce and sell copies of the film on VHS or DVD. Consequently, many versions of the film available today are either heavily edited or of poor quality, often copied from second or third generation tapes. McLintock is not the first time John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara portrayed a married couple on screen. They had previously starred together in The Quiet Man, 1952, where Wayne's character famously walks into the house drunk and shouts, "Woman of the house!" In McLintock, there's a nostalgic callback to this scene. Once again, Wayne's character enters the house inebriated and uses the same line to grab O'Hara's character's attention. Yvonne De Carlo, who played Louise Warren in McLintock, had a supporting role as a widow who moves into the McLintock household with her 2 children and takes on the role of housekeeper and cook. De Carlo was a beloved actress, though her career had declined from the leading roles she enjoyed in her early years. Her appearance in McLintock was largely due to John Wayne's insistence. Wayne wanted to help De Carlo because her husband, stuntman Bob Morgan, had been severely injured while working on the film How the West Was Won. The accident ended Morgan's career and left him incapacitated for 5 years, during which time he slowly recovered his ability to move and walk. Wayne, feeling a deep sense of responsibility and sympathy, ensured that De Carlo was cast in McLintock to support her family during their difficult time. The filming of McLintock took place at Old Tucson Studios, located west of Tucson, Arizona, a popular location for westerns. Many cast and crew members had worked with John Wayne on numerous films over the years, creating a sense of camaraderie on set. One of the most notorious scenes in the film is when Wayne's character, G.W. McLintock, spanks Maureen O'Hara's character with a coal shovel. It's said that Wayne got so into the scene that the director had to ask him to tone it down, and O'Hara's bottom was bruised for weeks afterwards. John Wayne is also seen wearing his famous Red River D belt buckle in the film, a piece of memorabilia that appeared in many of his movies. The buckle can be spotted in the scene where GW addresses the homesteaders about 10 minutes into the movie. Ultimately, McLintock. Was a box office hit, becoming the 11th highest grossing film of 1963. While John Wayne films are always entertaining, the addition of Maureen O'Hara's dynamic presence made this movie truly special, cementing its place as a classic in American cinema. Here we finish. Thank you for your attention. Like and subscribe, as there are many interesting things ahead. Good luck.